Pickle! It's Friday. Some might call it Fry-yay.
That's what I like to call it.
And that means here on this very program, it is Mailbag Friday, brought to you by our good friends, the Helpful Honda Dealers.
And the North Texas Honda dealers want to help you score some great deals on award-winning Hondas. Stop by your Helpful Honda dealer today or visit ntxhondadealers.com to learn more.
So if you've got questions about high school football, college football, recruiting, lifestyle, romance, travel, all those sorts of things. Hondas. Texas football, you can get to us in the comments on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or you can text us 972-532-6665. Bring on the TFT text line. So let us know. To close a loop. Okay, two things to close. One, somebody asked us in the comments if we were going to talk about Jadon Blue, the Klein Kane running back who announced yesterday he's opting out of his senior season.
Headlines.
We will talk about that on Monday with headlines with
Matt Stepp,
who's on his way back. Matt Stepp's going to be here.
He's on a plane, now.
He'll be in studio on Monday. So we'll talk about that and all the other headlines, but we'll lump that into there. So, because it's Mailbag Friday brought to you by our Help Honda Dealers. Also, to close the loop, I mentioned to you that there was an Academy Award winning actor in our magazine, and I will direct you to the 1985 edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football to page number 220. Is that right? 220.
You had it. You lost it.
The Terrell Tigers, coached by Jerry Crumpton. Blah, 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 blah. Where is he? Oh, my gosh, I just lost it. Speedy Joe Wilson is their running back, will strike often and deep in opposing secondaries behind the blocking of center Terry Hubbard, guard Kevin Bashan, and tackles Shuck Weiland and Richard Alsbrook, and tight end Kyle Mariscola. When Wilson doesn't have the ball, opponents must watch out for quarterback Eric Bishop. And you're probably thinking, wait a second, okay.
I don't recognize
that
name.
Who Eric Bishop. Eric Bishop is the name of Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx, quarterback.
That's awesome.
Terrell. He's in the 1985 edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. And let me tell you why I don't like the 1985 edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and let's rip this to shreds real fast. Take a look.
So here it is. This is Jim Wacker. Unbelievable, right? Okay.
Like the cover?
Like
fan
the
of the cover? What we're not a fan of.
Look at that spine.
There is nothing on it.
It's a blank spine, as opposed to, here's 1989. Beautiful. You can't see it, maybe, but it says 1989 Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Let me tell you something, okay? I'm not saying I'm the greatest managing editor this magazine's ever had, okay? That list starts. I don't know if Dave was ever managing editor. He was obviously doing the managing editing, but as far as the title is concerned, I'm forming a line behind David Barron.
Yeah.
At the very least. I'm not. But one thing that I will say in the Tepper era of Dave Campbell's Texas Football is I ain't ever doing something like that. We're going to have, if you get all your magazines, you're going to have the year. You can line them all up and know where it is, okay? Because I know you nerds. All you nerds out there who have them, you line them up on your bookshelf, and you go, I got to go grab the 2017 edition. And bang, you can see it immediately. When you got a blank spine like this,
you're sitting there having to pull them out.
Are you kidding me? Managing editor.
Don't roast the man.
Philip Tate? Come on, dude. By the way, one thing I won't give them credit for. They realized their mistake. They must have gotten roasted. Because in 86,
it was back
bang.
On. Yeah.
It's upside down. Bang, it's back. They got the spine back. Anyway, those are the types of things that I notice because it's important to me. So I will promise you this. I'm not saying you're going to like every magazine that I'm the managing editor of.
But there will be a number on the spine.
For every summer edition, you will have a clearly marked spine. In fact, let me see. Rising, we do it. Rising's obviously smaller, but yeah, we do the same thing.
Yeah, it's on there.
Do the same
Font's
thing.
tiny, but it's on
Texas
there.
Football Rising, yeah. Do we have any questions?
We sure do. Let's go with, if you could be on any game show, what would you be on?
Price is Right is obviously like a key choice, but there's also like a good chance that you never make it out of Bitters Row.
Yeah.
So
saying no whammies.
And the other thing about that, Price is Right is real hit and miss because, like, obviously, look, would I love to play Plinko? Of course. It's kind of my dream. But, like, there's also an opportunity you get up there and it's like, oh, you do the thing where you punch out the things and blow out the cards. It's like, that's lame. I don't want that. So I would say I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm pretty good at Wheel of Fortune, but I think everybody thinks they're pretty good at Wheel of Fortune. It's the Mario Kart of game shows.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks they're pretty good at it.
I practice.
You practice Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah, I've got it on PS2.
I DVR Jeopardy because I'm cool.
I love Jeopardy.
Jeopardy's
so
great.
Much. Jeopardy's hard.
Jeopardy's also.
I wouldn't do well on Jeopardy. But I love it.
Also, elite drinking game.
Yes.
Elite drinking game.
Yeah, I like.
If you get it, you get to assign a drink, and if you miss it, you gotta drink yourself.
I like when they do like the kid and teen specials because then you can like spat out answers and you just feel awesome.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, that's it. I'm gonna graduate up to the adult one, and then you're back to like.
Actually,
what
you know
did
what?
they just ask?
I do have an answer to this. Do you know what game show I'd be on?
I know my answer. What's
okay,
yours?
what's your answer?
A Family Feud.
Okay.
Like the old Family Feud.
Mm.
The new one is something, but the old Family Feud when they were funny questions and stuff like that, I like that.
Okay. Supermarket Sweep.
Ooh, okay.
I'd be on Supermarket Sweep.
Okay.
Because no matter what, everybody, all three of the contestants go to the big shop off at the end. So at the very least, you'd get to do that. And I have studied this show, and I have a strategy in my brain. You got to go to the turkeys first. Got to go to the meat counter. You got to get all the meat first. Everything else is kind of secondary.
Yep.
But there. And then also, I also think I'm pretty good at riddles. And so, like, with the final showdown of, like, it's like basically 3 riddles.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah. See, I would say Family Feud because I just think that would be like a fun experience. Also, the pickles would look great behind the thing.
For sure.
Like,
No.
We'd be a crowd favorite there.
There's an excellent aesthetic there with the pickles standing up there with the pickles.
I also have real big faith that if we made it to be the winning team, my mom and dad they've been together so long that they're very much on the same thought process, and so when they do you have to give the same like the opposite answer and stuff, I feel like we would be really good at making it there to like cash in the big bucks. Yeah. So that'd be good. But Wheel of Fortune if I was doing it solo, Wheel of Fortune would be my go-to.
Supermarket Sweep for me.
I like that. Let's go with what is your mainstream food recommendation?
Mainstream food.
Now, I think let's split this into 2 categories here and go like fast food, like drive-through fast food, or like sit-down mainstream restaurant.
So we're talking like chains.
Yes, chains.
Like chains.
I want a drive-through option, then I want something in the realms of like a
casual,
Chili's.
The fast casual. Well, then it'd be Chili's.
Yeah.
I like Chili's.
I do too.
We have done in the Pandy. My wife and I on a couple of occasions have done the Chili's like to go.
I did that twice.
Pretty solid. You know what you're getting, and it's look. I'm not here to tell you that I think that Chili's is high end, cultured cuisine. But I think it's pretty darn good. That's fine.
Yep.
The other one that we've been eating a lot in our house because Hank's got some stuff that he likes there is Panera.
Okay.
And they're a St. Louis company, and so my wife is big into them. As far as drive-through is concerned, I mean, Whataburger is an easy choice, but at the same time, their drive-through is a little bit slow sometimes. Ooh, can I say Rosa's Cafe?
I like that.
Because Rosa's is
both. It's a hybrid.
You would think like, wait a second, that's not a drive-through, and it's like they have a miraculous drive-through.
Yes, they
it's
absolutely
incredible.
do.
You will order and you will be on your way 90 seconds later. It's incredible.
And it's good.
Good.
It's always
really
good.
Yeah.
I would say
love our friends at In-N-Out too. I should probably shout them out.
Yeah.
Their sponsor. And Whataburger. We do love Whataburger.
I would say, I mean, I gotta go Sonic. I feel like you know how I love my Sonic. Chili's was, I think, probably the standard answer. If I could give another one, I would On the Border. Is chain that's just kind of a
chainy.
You can you can go to an On the Border anywhere, and you're going to get the same quality of food no matter where you go. Like, it's not going to be miraculous Mexican food, but
I mean, look, the answer for drive-thru is very clearly Whataburger.
yes.
Like, I think we're trying to think outside the
Right,
box
yeah.
of like, okay, put Whataburger in the class of its own. They're obviously the king. Where do we go next?
Right.
You know. So yeah. All right. Do we have one more?
Yeah. What is the best rainy day binge? I'm assuming for TV show.
Boy, howdy. I don't know if weather has anything to do with it, but
I think so.
You think so?
I think it does.
Okay. Well, you tell me then, smart lady.
I say you go more serious show when it's rainy day binge because you know for a fact you're going to be sitting there watching it all day. Like I always like the Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder type stuff. You know, like something that you're gonna sit there and really focus on, and the day's just gonna kind of fly by. Because like if you're gonna binge The Office and stuff, I wouldn't necessarily say that's like a rainy day thing because that's kind of something you have on while you're doing other things, in my opinion. I think you go serious. I think you go more serious murder, mystery, something. Crime. Dark, gruesome.
I don't know. Because normally I would, I was listening to an interview yesterday with Alan Sepinwall. He's the TV critic at the Rolling Stone.
Mm-hmm.
He's written a couple of books about, like, The Sopranos and The Wire and, like, the golden age of television, like, and stuff like that. And in one show, he brought up he perfectly captured exactly how I feel about Ozark.
Ooh, okay.
He said, it feels like a copy of a copy of a copy. It feels like a Xerox of a Xerox of a Xerox.
Yes.
That, like, it all started with Tony Soprano, and, like, then it's like, oh, is this the age of the anti-hero? And, like, some places have, some shows have really taken what that show was actually about, which is, like, there's not neat, tidy endings. It's just life is messy and it happens. Mm-hmm. And it just happens to focus on an anti-hero. And some of them have been like, people love anti-heroes. And that's when you get, like, shows that are just kind of, I don't know. I can't get into Ozark because it's just, like, I think I've realized that it's just...
The plot is so similar.
It just feels really like we've done this before. Mm-hmm. And, like, I know what you're driving at. And I think you're missing what makes The Sopranos great.
Right.
I'll say if you just want to be just, like, sad all the time, and you have HBO Max or HBO, I suppose, The Leftovers is excellent, and it's just like I started watching that at the beginning of the pandy, and I had to stop because obviously there was a lot of bad things going on, and then it was like, oh, this is just making me further depressed.
Yeah.
It's long story short, it is about at one point in time, like a moment happens and 10% of the population's gone. They're just gone.
Crazy.
Like,
yeah, that's not something that I would have enjoyed during the pandemic.
No, and it's just like how people.
It's
about the leftovers, about the people who have the people who are left behind.
Yeah.
And it's like how you deal with it, and
that's
people
insane.
Lost kids, and people lost parents, and people lost loved ones. And
no,
like,
that's not a pandy show.
The worst. Anyway, but that's a nice rainy day show if you just want to be sad all the time.
Two things to throw out that really good restaurants that we forgot about for like a chain one. Texas Roadhouse is a really solid pick there, and then I don't know, what is your opinion on this? Schlotzsky's. I love Schlotzsky's.
I like Schlotzsky's.
I love Schlotzsky's.
Almost never seek it out. Every time I have it, I like it.
Mm-hmm. You just never think about it?
I'm never like, I should go to Schlotzsky's. I also can't spell it, and it makes me tense. Everything else I can spell. All the other ones that we mentioned.
That's fair.
Texas Roadhouse. TEXAS space ROADHOUSE. Texas Roadhouse.
Wrong.
Thank you.